Another candle on the cake, another version of me to fake. Mirror says, girl, you look tired. Guess even my reflection got fired. City lights bleed through the rain. Every year I dress the pain. Smile pretty for the photographs, then disappear when the party laughs. I bought expensive wine for ghosts, made little speeches, played the host. Toast to the chaos in my head, to all the words I should have said. I wore confidence like perfume, but insecurity filled the room. My ego danced in high heels slow, till truth walked in and stole the show. And maybe I romanticize the scars, turn every breakdown into art. But midnight knows what daylight hides. I'm still at war with both my sides. Or I know I can be beautiful and cruel, turning loneliness into a ritual, making heartbreak look so cool. So here's the birthday roast I wrote to myself. For every time I needed somebody else, for every mask hanging high on the shelf, for loving everybody more than myself. I laugh while the tears fall down. Queen of the lost and found, neon halo, heavy crown. Still trying to let my guard down. I keep old messages for proof, like broken memories need a roof. I replay moments in my mind, hope and regret will change with time. I flirt with danger when I'm numb, then act surprised by what I've done. Built little kingdoms out of pride, then cried alone inside the lights. Everybody says I glow, but nobody sees after the show. Mascara, river, silent room, perfume fading with the moon. Oh, I know I make poetry from pain, turning every loss into a stage, just to hear my own name. So here's the birthday roast I wrote to myself. For every dream abandoned on the shelf, for pretending I don't need any help, while slowly disappearing from myself. I laugh while the tears fall down, lipstick cracking without a sound. Neon halo, heavy crown. Maybe healing starts right now. Strip the glitter from my skin, let the real confession in. No applause, no flashing lights, just me surviving every night. Maybe growing means to grieve every version I had to leave. Maybe mercy looks like this, a lonely girl learning forgiveness. So here's the birthday roast I wrote to myself, not to destroy me, but understand myself. Every wound, every bruise I felt melted slowly till my heart just melted. Now the candles burn more warm. Not every storm was meant to harm. Neon shadows fade somehow. I think I finally see me now. Rain keeps falling on the glass. Another year has finally passed, and in the silence of this room I make peace with who I've become. Rain tapping soft against my room, streetlights fading through the gloom. I still hear the words I said echoing inside my head. Pictures scattered on the floor, versions of me from before. Some survived and some just fell. Some still live inside this hell. I remember every door I closed, every dream I almost chose, every time I ran away, thinking pain would never stay. I wore silence like a chain, learned to dance inside the pain, smiled while slowly falling apart, hid the fractures in my heart, and the mirror knew the truth. Every lie I told my youth, every night I begged to change while staying trapped inside the same. But tonight I don't wanna fight myself. I'm too tired to carry all this blame by myself. To the version of me who failed, I hope you know your heart still mattered. Even shattered, even pale, you were never weak for breaking. All the tears you tried to hide still deserve the light outside. Every scar became a trail leading home from where you fell. I kept replaying no mistakes, like my soul was meant to ache, punishing the girl I was for becoming who she does. But maybe healing isn't clean, maybe grace lives in between all the ruins we become before forgiveness finally comes. There were nights I disappeared underneath anxiety and fear. You somehow through the darkest blue, a softer version still broke through. And tonight I can finally hear myself, not as broken, just somebody needing help. To the version of me who failed, you survived what almost killed you. Through the lonely nights you sailed, even when the sky turned brutal. The way you used to bear doesn't have to stay there. Every scar became a trail leading home from where you fell. Lay your heavy armor down, you don't have to drown now. There's a tenderness in grief, a quiet kind of peace. And maybe all this time the wound was not the end. Maybe every broken part was teaching you to bend. To the version of me who failed, I forgive you for your weakness, for every dream that slowly sailed, for every season filled with sadness. You were never hard to love, just reaching through the dark enough. Now the rain begins to pale, the morning light lives through the veil. Rain fades softly from the glass, another lonely night has passed, and somewhere in the quiet blue I finally stop abandoning you. Rain stains the city gold tonight, neon tears and blurry light. I light another cigarette for every love I should forget. Old messages still haunt my phone, like ghosts that hate to be alone. confusing pain for truth. You love me like a temporary song, beautiful until it lasted too long. You kiss my fears like poetry, then disappear conveniently. Another one with velvet lies, movie scenes and tired eyes. Promised forever in the dark, then left before the morning started. I wore your chaos like perfume, filled my lungs with your perfume. Thought heartbreak made me look alive, while slowly killing me inside. Now every memory burns slower, every scar feels colder, and your shadow on my bed doesn't own me anymore. So tonight I'm roasting my past lovers, every fake soulmate undercover. Every midnight I need you lying, every excuse wrapped up divine. I laugh while the rain falls down, no more drowning just to feel found. All your echoes fade like smoke, and finally my heart lets go. One loved me only when I broke, one made devotion feel like a joke, one disappeared without goodbye, left silence hanging in the sky. Another love, the version on display, not the girl that came day by day. You held my body close at night, but never held my inner life. Maybe I stayed far too long, turning heartbreak into songs, romanticizing every bruise, just to avoid the truth of you. But now every memory burns softer like a storm that's finally over, and the emptiness you left feels lighter on my chest. So tonight I'm roasting my past lovers, every cold touch dressed as comfort, every forever spoken drug, every beautiful thing gone numb. I laugh while the rain falls down, no more begging to be chosen now. All your echoes fade like smoke, and finally my soul lets go. I don't hate you anymore, that's the strangest part. Healing came so quietly, like rain dissolving dark. Every shattered little piece found its own way home. Turns out peace feels unfamiliar after loving wrong so long. So tonight I toast my past lovers for teaching me I need no other. Every heartbreak carved away to who I finally am today. Now the city glows more warm, and lonely nights don't feel like storms. Your ghost dissolved beyond the glass, and I outgrew our haunted past. Rain slows against the window pane, neon colors softly fade, and somewhere underneath the scars, my heart remembers who we are without them. Midnight sitting on my floor, birthday candles burning low, city lights behind the rain, and my thoughts won't let me go. One more year inside this skin, one more war I couldn't win. Silence louder than the crowd, now there's nowhere left to hide. I spent so long becoming art that I forgot my actual heart. Built a version people praised, while the real me slowly decayed. Posted smiles in golden light, cried alone most every night, made loneliness look beautiful. till even pain felt usual. I chased validation hard, like applause could heal the scars, but compliments fade fast at dawn, and empty rooms still linger on. So tonight I let the mirror speak. No filters, no performance, just the truth staring back at me. These are midnight confessions on my birthday. Every fragile thought I try to keep away, every hidden bruise beneath the makeup glow, every silent place nobody gets to know. The candle flickers like my pride, half alive but still surviving, and somewhere underneath the ache I hear my soul beginning to wake. I romanticized the pain, turned heartbreak into stage rain, made poetry from every scar, just to feel less alone and dark. I gave too much to empty hands, ignored my own collapsing plans, kept forgiving what destroyed me, calling chaos destiny. And maybe I was scared to heal, because the sadness felt too real. Who would I become without all the things I cried about? But tonight I finally understand, healing isn't losing myself, it's learning who I am. These are midnight confessions on my birthday, all the versions of me fading in gray, every reckless wish I made to feel enough, every night pretending I was strong and tough. The candle flickers soft now, no more needing to break down, and somewhere underneath the rain I think I'm learning peace again. Maybe growing older means making peace with incomplete. Not every dream survives a storm, not every wound stays warm. Maybe mercy sounds like this, quiet breathing in the dark, a lonely girl beside a flame, still protecting her own heart. These are midnight confessions on my birthday. Not a tragedy, just truth finally spoken plainly. Every broken year led me to this room, where healing slowly starts to bloom. The rain outside begins to clear, and for the first time in years I blow the candle out alone, but somehow I still feel whole. Midnight fading into dawn, another version of me gone, and in the silence left behind I finally stopped running from my mind. I wrote your name across my skin, like love alone could pull me in. Paris lights inside my head, while reality stayed cold instead. Another midnight dressed in blue, another lie I called the truth. I made a cathedral from your glance, now I laugh at my romance. I gave you poetry too soon, the candles underneath the moon. Thought your silence meant you cared, when really you were never there. I romanticized your flaws, turned red flags into applause, painted heaven on your face, while heartbreak waited in its place. And maybe I was far too kind, or maybe just afraid to find that desperate hearts like mine confused, being wanted with being used. Oh, my naive little soul, far confidential like it was gold. This is a brutally honest love letter to the girl who thought pain made love better, who mistook loneliness for fate and stayed too long at every gate. I rose the way, I begged for crumbs, called half love enough for someone. But through the tears and neon weather, I'm finally pulling myself together. You loved attention, not my scars, just the glitter, not the dark. Held my hand in crowded rooms, then vanished when the silence bloomed. I kept translating empty signs like late replies still meant your mind. Built entire worlds from little sparks just to survive the lonely dark. And every song I wrote for you was really meant to comfort me too, because admitting love had died felt like losing my whole life. Making art from falling apart. This is a brutally honest love letter to the dreamer who thought she knew better, who kissed ghosts beneath neon skies and trusted beautifully disguised lies. I rose the tears I couldn't hide, the way I let you redefine my worth beneath the rainy weather. But now I'm healing piece by piece forever. Maybe love was never meant to save me from myself. Maybe healing starts the moment I stop asking someone else for validation, for rescue, for proof that I belong. Maybe peace begins when I can stand alone this strong. Somebody better. Rain fades softly from the street, piano echoes underneath, and somewhere in the quiet blue I finally stop chasing you. Another birthday in the dark, another candle, another scar. Rain keeps tapping on the glass like it knows how fast time passed. No crowded room, no loud applause, just silence hanging in the walls. And every breath inside my chest feels heavier than all the rest. I wasted years on almost half-finished dreams and hollow hope. Stayed frozen while the world moved on, waiting for courage that never came. I rehearsed conversations alone, built entire futures in my phone. But fear kept sealing up my mouth till every chance just faded out. And now the mirror knows too much. The nights I begged for different luck, the birthday slipping one by one while I kept hiding from the sun. And all those words I never said still echo softly in my head, like ghosts refusing to dissolve inside the quiet I evolved. Years of wasted breath, holding in my heart till nothing left, watching life through someone else's eyes while slowly disappearing every night. Every wish I never chased, every tear I learned to taste. Now the rain falls through my chest on years of wasted breath. I kept pretending I was fine, decorating all the sign, smiling beautifully in rooms where loneliness consumed the truth. I made sadness look refined, turn regret poetic in my mind. But glamour cannot hide the ache of all the risks I fear to take. And maybe time was never cruel, maybe I just stayed too still, waiting for permission to exist while life escaped through my fingertips. Now the candle flickers low, and suddenly I finally know no one's coming to rescue me from who I chose to be. As a wasted breath, apologizing for every step, shrinking just to make them stay, giving precious parts away. Every dream I left unread, still sleeping underneath my bed. Now the rain falls through my chest on years of wasted breath. But maybe even broken clocks still find light after dark. Maybe all this grief means there's still a pulse inside my heart, and maybe healing starts tonight. Not with fireworks or perfect light, just one quiet promise in the rain to stop abandoning myself again. Years of wasted breath finally turning into something left, not a tragedy, just a soul learning slowly to let go. Every year I thought I lost still carried lessons through the frost. Now the candle glows instead over years of wasted breath. Rain fades softly with the dawn. Another lonely year now gone, and somewhere underneath the pain, I think I finally speak my name. Birthday candles flicker slow, city lights beneath the smoke. Rain keeps tracing down the glass like every friendship from the past. No loud room, no crowded cheers, just memories aging with the years. And somewhere in this midnight blue, I stopped recognizing who was true. We used to talk till morning light, swore we'd survive every fight, built our little world from dreams. Now silence fills the in-between. Some drifted slowly, some just left, some stayed while feeling emotionally dead. And I kept holding broken ties like loyalty could stop goodbye. I wore nostalgia like perfume, turned old laughter into wounds, trying to save what time outgrew while losing pieces of myself too. And maybe distance isn't hate, maybe people change too late. Maybe growing means to learn some bridges only exist to burn. Birthday candles burn bridges, lighting up the lonely distance. Every fading name and face still leaves shadows in this place. I watch the smoke rise to the dark like old friends leaving through my heart, and through the rain and neon glow, I let the ones I loved let go. Some only love the older me, the quieter girl too scared to leave. But healing changed my shape and skin, and not everybody fit within. We stopped calling without a fight, no dramatic ending, no last goodbye, just slow disappearance over time, like songs fading out of rhyme. And maybe I miss the memories more than the people from before, because the truth fear that outgrowing isn't cool. It's simply something people do. Birthday candles, burning bridges, turning pain into forgiveness. Every laugh we used to share still echoes softly in the air. I watch the smoke dissolve above like chapters I still speak of, and through the rain and neon glow, I bless the ones I had to outgrow. No villains in the story now, just strangers we became somehow. Maybe that's what hurts the most, loving deeply then becoming ghosts. But even shattered constellations still once lit the sky, and every friendship left a trace that helped me survive. Birthday candles, burning bridges, but finally heal in the distance. Every ending taught me this growth can ache before it heals. Now the room feels less alone, though I stand here on my own, and through the rain and fading gold, I welcome who I've grown into. Candles melt beside the rain. Another year, another change, and somewhere underneath the night, I make peace with goodbye. Midnight dripping from the sky, neon colors blur my eyes. Another year comes crashing in with resolutions paper thin. Rain keeps falling down the glass like reminders from the past, and every promise that I made still echoes through this empty space. I swore this year I'd finally heal, learn how honesty should feel, stop romanticizing pain, and break these lonely old routines. I promised I would love myself instead of everybody else. Said I stopped chasing disappearing hands and learn to stand where I stand. But somehow seasons slip every truth I try to lose, because no matter how I run, I still wake up becoming one. Another year of empty promises, spoken softly through trembling lips. Every dream I almost touched, still fading in the midnight hush. I wear regret beneath my skin, like a war I couldn't win. Soaked city glow, I wonder why I never grow. I bought journals I never filled, made plans that slowly disappeared, watched motivation rise and die between insomnia and time. I kept waiting for a spark to suddenly relight the dark, but healing never came that way. To stay, and maybe that's the hardest part, realizing broken hearts don't heal from wishing beautifully. They heal through painful honesty. Tonight the mirror looks so clear, no performance left in here, just a tired soul alone, trying to finally come home. Another year of empty promises, fragile hopes and unfinished sentences. Every version I design I should know. No fireworks outside tonight, just distant sirens and city lights. And maybe growth is less dramatic than the stories in my head. Maybe healing sounds like breathing when the world goes quiet instead. Maybe starting over means forgiving who I've been. Another year of empty promises, but this time I don't hide from it. Every failure, every scar still brought me safely through the dark. The rain outside begins to slow, and for the first time I let go of needing some perfect rebirth to finally believe I'm worth. Midnight fading into gray, another year slips away, and in the silence left behind, I think I finally hear my life. Balloons still hanging by the wall, like they expected someone after all. Birthday candles burning low in a room nobody chose. Rain keeps sliding down the glass while midnight quietly moves past, and every echo in this place feels softer than an empty space. I bought a cake for no one else, set the table by myself, played old songs beneath dim light, pretending loneliness felt light. I checked my phone 100 times, watched unread silence multiply, and every hour after 10 felt heavier than it should have been. But somewhere in the quiet blue, I started hearing something true. Maybe solitude isn't shame, maybe healing sounds this way. No crowded room, no loud champagne, just me learning how to sit with pain. This is the party nobody attended, a lonely night that somehow mended every crack beneath my skin, every place I've never been. The rain outside keeps time for me, like the city understands my grief. And through the neon midnight glow, I finally stopped fearing being alone. I used to think love proved my worth, needed noise to feel deserved, filled every silence with escape, because stillness made my heart shake. But tonight the room feels kind, like a mirror to my mind. No performance left to give, just breathing softly as I live. And every faded birthday wish now feels smaller than this simple peace inside the dark, a quiet pulse inside my heart. No fake smiles, no crowded lies, just candlelight and tired eyes. This is the party nobody attended, where loneliness became acceptance. Every tear that touched the floor doesn't harm me anymore. The rain outside keeps singing slow, like forgiveness in the cold. And through the neon midnight glow, I finally learned to hold my own soul. Maybe empty rooms aren't curses, maybe silence still has purpose. Maybe all the love I chased was waiting in this sacred space. And maybe growing older means finding beauty in between, the ache of being left behind, and finally life home alone. Midnight fading into dawn. The city hums softly on, and in this room nobody knew. I finally celebrate the truth. Blue light glowing on my face, perfect strangers in perfect places, champagne smiles and filtered gold, while I sit here growing old. Microwave clock says 12:03. Birthday sugar and anxiety. Rain taps softly on the sink, giving me too much time to think. They post rooftop kisses and Paris nights, luxury candles and soft string lights. Every caption dripping bliss, like nobody cries after this. I almost hated my reflection for not looking like perfection, till I saw my tired eyes begging me to stop the lies. So I bought myself a tiny cake, no audience, no photos taken, just frosting melting in the dark, and honesty inside my heart. No filters, no fake glow, just me alone, finally letting myself know. Cake for one at midnight while the city burns in neon light. No perfect angles, no stage romance, just breathing in this second chance. I roast every version of me that begged the world for validation endlessly, and now the silence tastes more sweet than curated lives on glowing screens. I used to measure all my worth by how much attention I could earn, posting sadness dressed in gold, hoping someone would hold my soul. I cropped the mess outside the frame, smiled through panic, all the same, made loneliness aesthetic somehow. But I'm too exhausted now. Tonight the kitchen feels alive, with refrigerator humming light, and somehow in this quiet scene I finally feel enough for me. No performance, no disguise, just candles, shadows, and tired eyes. Cake for one at midnight while rain falls silver through the night. No fake affection, no applause, just healing without cause. I roast every version of me that turned heartbreak into scenery. Now the silence tastes more real than every filtered thing I used to feel. Maybe softness isn't weakness, maybe being seen starts here, in messy rooms and silent moments, without needing strangers near. Maybe self-love looks less glamorous in the internet designs. Maybe peace begins when I stop editing my life. Cake for one at midnight, and somehow everything feels right. No perfect ending, no big crowd, just finally making myself proud. The neon glow fades into dawn, and all the masks I wore are gone. Now the silence tastes like freedom in this lonely kitchen kingdom. Rain slows softly on the glass. Another birthday finally passed, and in the quiet midnight blue I finally stopped performing for you. Rain dances softly on the avenue, streetlights dripping silver blue. Another midnight cafe glow, another place I shouldn't go. I wear old memories like smoke, perfume mixed with broken hope, and every year that passes by still leaves the same ache alive. I keep falling for distant eyes, for beautiful mouths that specialize in saying just enough to stay, then fading slowly into gray. I tell myself I've learned by now, but heartbreak always finds me out, like I mistake chaos for art every single time it starts. And all the warnings in my head get drowned beneath romantic breath. I trade wisdom for one more spark, then wander lonely through the dark. Oh, I grow older every year, but somehow my heart stays here, still chasing echoes in the rain, still rehearsing the same pain. Growing older but not wiser, still setting my soul on fire for temporary hands and fleeting light that disappear before daylight. I roast the girl inside my skin who keeps repeating where she's been, but through the neon midnight blur I still recognize her. I walk these Paris-colored streets with shattered dreams beneath my feet, watching reflections in cafe glass like ghosts from every lover past. I turned longing into style, made suffering look worthwhile, wrapped loneliness in velvet words till silence sounded almost pure. And maybe healing scares me more than every heartbreak from before, because at least pain feels familiar, even when it slowly kills you. Another year, another flame, another beautifully ruined thing, and still my foolish heart believes in stories designed to leave. Growing older but not wiser, still mistaking wounds for desire, still letting sadness dress like love beneath the moonlight from above. I roast the girl who stays too long, turning red flags into songs, but through the neon midnight blur I finally soften toward her. Maybe wisdom isn't cold, maybe healing isn't knowing, maybe we survive by dancing with the ache instead of controlling. And maybe every foolish choice still carried me somehow to this quiet rain-soaked street where I can face myself now. Growing older but not wiser, but maybe finally kinder to every version of my heart that broke while trying to love hard. The city glows through silver rain, and I stop cursing every pain, because even my recurring scars still taught me who we are. Rain fading into morning light, another lonely Paris night, and somewhere underneath the blue I finally stop running from the truth. Champagne dripping down the sink, another midnight dressed in pink, everybody raising glass like happiness could really last. Flashbulbs lighting up the room, perfume mixing with the fumes, plastic laughter echoing loud, loneliness hidden in the crowd. I painted glitter on my skin, like beauty could erase what's dim, posed beneath the neon glow while feeling emptier below. They toasted youth like it survives in filtered posts and blurry nights, but underneath the velvet noise I heard the silence in our voices. Everybody looked divine, dead eyes wrapped in expensive shine, smiling wide for stranger screens while pride all these birthday lights are just distractions from the time, a temporary drug we use to avoid the truth inside the room. Neon lights and plastic smiles, stretching heartbreak out in style, dancing through another year, pretending no one disappears. I roast a girl who craved applause, built her worth on shallow walls. Now the glitter fades away, and all that's left is what won't stay. One more candle, one more lie, one more best year of my life, while anxiety dressed in gold sat quietly beside my soul. I watch my reflection blur through rain-soaked windows and cigarette burns, wondering if anybody there actually felt seen somewhere. We celebrate becoming old, like aging automatically means growth, but I still carry all the same fears, just hidden better through the years. Tonight the city feels so cold beneath the silver overdose, and every fake laugh in the dark feels heavier against my heart. Neon lights and plastic smiles, covering wounds for just a while. Every midnight toast we raise still can't save us from ourselves. I roast a girl who feared being plain, who confused attention with being safe. Now the glitter fades away and honesty remains. Maybe beauty loses meaning when it's built to hide decay. Maybe real connection starts where performance fades away. Maybe growing older means learning how to stand exposed without the neon camouflage of needing constant love. Neon lights and plastic smiles finally losing their disguise. The room grows quiet after 2, and suddenly the truth cuts through.